Running down Howard Street at Beta Breakers in San Francisco. I'm Schmitty, and this is Talkin Schmit. Today on the show is Murilo PERES. Hey, food for thought. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yep.
You know that Dinosaur Jr. song?
Nope.
Out There?
Yep.
I know you're out there. Well, this week on the interweb, my friend Kevin Spanky Long continues his year to the SOTY nominations or whatever with another part. He's got an out there and it was kick ass.
Yep.
Wait, Spanky, you've never been on the show.
Nope.
Invite.
Yep.
Nuge, are you still thinking about it or?
Yep.
Kill ass. So you know that Pearl Jam song, I'm Still Alive?
Yep.
Well, fuck yes, I'm still alive. This week was insane. It came back to normalcy for us. Sharal and I went out to see Paul McCartney on Sunday night at the Oakland Arena where the Warriors used to play.
Yep.
I tell you, that place needs a little cleanup over there. They were out of everything. No popcorn, no pretzels, no hot dogs.
Nope.
We got water. It was like, but Paul McCartney killed it. Next night, Lexus seats Giant.
Yep.
Brandon Crawford's autograph.
Yep.
And then last night, same week, OG BK takes Sharal and I to PJ, Pearl Jam. We had guest passes, epic seats, looking over. Friend of the show, Jeff Ament. Shout out to Montana Pool Service.
Shout out.
The show was amazing. The set list was incredible. The vibes were high as fuck. He kept telling the Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area that he's always admired their leadership in progressive thinking. I like that song that says, I don't know anything, so I ask everything. Kind of hit me. Their drummer had COVID last minute. They fly in Jeff Ament's other drummer from his side band. He comes in, plays the whole set with, I think their guitar technician was on drums or something. And then for the finale, they bring a drummer out of the crowd that they just said, is anyone good enough to play drums with us? His daughter side stage filming him play drums with Pearl Jam in front of like whatever, 30,000 people, whatever that place holds, made their whole fucking life hammer style. And we came out of there with smiles. Sharal, Bryce, and I had a really good time. We did it. We lived it up. I even had some popcorn and a pretzel.
Yep.
They had it in stock. Paul McCartney, they didn't have it in stock, but by Pearl Jam, 5 days later, they did. Sharal and I are like, should we go to Bill Burr Sunday and go to that same arena 3 different nights for 3 different shows in the same week?
Nope.
So we're waiting for Murilo, and while we do, let's tickety fucking tack. I think tickety tack is cooler than TikTok. I'm going to just say it. Blood Wizard.
Head on down to your local shop. Ask Blood Wizard Skateboards. Or visit bloodwizard.com for all your conjuring needs.
Tickety tack.
Hey, it's Corey at Blue Plate, 3218 Mission Street. Come see us. Meatloaf, fried chicken, deviled eggs, Dollar Olympia beers. We're here every day of the week. We got a garden and we got smiles on our faces. Come let us make you happy.
I'd also like to give a big shout out to Derby of San Francisco.
Shout
They
out.
let Jason and I come by the plant the other day to get a new jacket. There's a fire Derby on its way with a new platinum liner, never before done. I have one, and we will be giving a jacket away in the near future with them. So cheers. And now a public service announcement from Eric Lanto in Reno, Nevada.
Public service announcement.
I'm a man and I'm pro-life, and I believe I should control what women do with their bodies. Even though I'm a man, I'm incapable of having a baby. I feel that's my right to rule over you and control you. I'm a man. I go out and I like to hunt. I'm pro-life. I like to kill animals, maybe for food, but for big game, for trophies, to show my friends, look what I fucking killed. Because I'm a man and I'm pro-life. I smoke and drink myself to death, but I'm pro-life. I will come home and drink till I'm passed out. I will fucking smoke a pack of cigarettes until my lungs are filled with cancer and I'm gonna die, but I am pro-life. I take excerpts from the Bible because I need to find something for me to make sense of this world. And so I find hate and I direct myself towards that. I am a man and I'm pro-life. I hate the homeless. They decrease my property value. They are inhuman. They stink. They clutter things up. I'm a man and I'm pro-life in this country and I'm fucking clueless.
Hey, listen out there, everybody. Is there somebody that listens to the show regularly that's good at motion graphics, sound effects, all that kind of stuff that wants to help me out? I'm thinking about making a new segment called Skate Shop of the Week. And I want it to be kind of like how Skate TV used to have like a segment that was similar like that. And I want to go
Skate Shop of the Week.
This week, The Attic. Shout out to Josh Borden for helping me with this interview with Murilo PERES and The Attic who carries Talkin Schmit. Something like that. If you're down, DM me or email talkinschmit@gmail.com. I can always use some help moving my merchandise too. If you want to buy a shirt, buy me a cup of coffee. I'll give you a shout out on the gram. We got beanies, hats, stickers. I got these Talkin Schmit pins, Talkin Schmit, like Candle Schmit. You see where I'm coming from? Anyway, get on the web, do me a favor and yourself a favor. Look sharp while you support the pod. Big love. Okay, hopefully I don't burn out. I got a lot of caffeine in me. Murilo just sent me a text saying, just received the email. In 5 minutes, I'm ready. Go time.
Aqui é o Murilo e eu espero vocês no Talkin Schmit. Vamos! This is Murilo and you're listening to Talkin Schmit. Let's do it!
Holy cannoli.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
Yeah. Big dog's in.
Do we really want to be here?
Everything's changed.
We on? Schmitty?
Talkin Schmit.
Talkin Schmit, dude.
You gonna come out different.
Shit my pants, lad.
Your Rolodex is fucking deep.
Holy shit.
It's about the ones.
Who is this guy? Thinks he's tough shit.
What's up?
Come on, Schmitty, what the fuck?
Tell the skateboard police to come get me.
What is happening?
Let's hear it for Greg Swift. Yay!
Gregory.
Hey, everybody, listen up close. I'm getting a little emotional. Running low on energy after a late night with Bryce Kanites at Pearl Jam last night. Got to see friend of the show, Jeff Ament, do his thing. Their drummer had COVID last minute, and they got a replacement drummer and pulled a drummer out of the crowd for the encore, which was pretty special, uplifting moment. And I just want to send the positivity out to all y'all in the name of love. Listen, I was thinking about it last night. Every guest I've ever had on this show has touched me in one way or the other, and that's why they've been a guest on the show. I have some cosmic connection to everybody, whether it be Bree from her movie that I watched, and I was like, oh my God, I got to get to know this person, to Cranny, who comes on the first episode of every year, to all the people in between. Today's guest is no exception. We're going deep into Brazil. Viva Brazil, to visit my friend Murilo PERES. This dude is an all-terrain ripper, skateboard maniac, nicest guy ever, great personality. He can speak English well enough to communicate to all you Anglo-Saxons out there of the world. Anyway, get to know him today. If you don't know who this kid is, look him up on the YouTube. He fucking shreds. And today is Murilo's day. So we'll check in right now. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo allez-vous? Hola, bien. How
Hola,
you doing?
Schmitty.
What's up?
Good, and you?
Good to see you, man. Mustache May, huh?
Good to see you too. Yeah, trying to just have like a different view, you know?
I like it. And the
You
hoodie,
like it? Yeah, it's working good.
you got Coco Santiago on the hoodie. Who's that? Angel
Yeah.
Dust, right? Coco? Yeah.
Angel Dust. There we go.
How's it going?
Really good. Just being home, enjoying. I love being home, be with my family. skating my place, be surrounded my friends. I love to travel, but like nothing's like be home, right?
Yeah. All right. Where is home? Is it Florianopolis?
No, it's in Sao Paulo.
Oh,
Check
you're in
this out. Yeah, this is like a little place from my family. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm inside a house that like my grandfather was born.
Oh, damn.
And I have the company that builds skate parks with my brother. And this is the place that like we build everything. I have my ball. Let's just me switch the camera. There you go.
Ooh,
So
damn.
this is pretty much where we build the ramps. It's like that there's no one working right now, but that's the place. Pug
Uh-huh.
is the name of the brand. And like this is a variant that me and my brother are fixing. Pretty soon I hope to be ready.
Oh my God.
And that's my ball.
Oh my God. Sick, dude. And
Man,
is that
that's why
is that downtown behind you, the cityscape?
yeah, this is like a place like in the middle of the town, but this is like a town near to Sao Paulo. It's like 15 minutes from downtown.
Okay.
And this is the place. This is like such an important place for my family. Like this house, my grandfather was born. I used to spend so much time here with my mom because my mom used to work here. And like when I start skate, I kind of like stopped coming to here because there was no place to skate right here. And like one of my brothers, like he's the one that put me on skateboarding. He used to skate since I'm like 5 years old. He started studying engineer and like not being like a professional, even not being like a professional skater, like in his van, there is skateboarding, you know. So he put like his work together to the skateboard. Then we start building like skate parks.
So
and this is where all happens.
So you got into skateboarding because of your brother?
Yeah. He like, I remember just being like a kid, like 10 years old. This first event that I came to see him skating was like a amateur vert contest in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. And I remember just seeing Pedro for the first time. He was like 11 years old. He's like 1 year older than me.
Uh-huh.
And when I saw him like flying on the vert ramp, having so much fun, I said, man, this is possible to me too, you know? A kid just like me skating, like what I'm doing. I just asked I remember going back home that day and asking my brother, I need a skateboard, you know? I don't want to know about anything else. Just give me a skateboard and that's how everything started, you know?
So you were about 11?
Yeah, I was 10, like 9 to 10 years old when I started skating.
Dude. And so did you know about like Bob Burnquist or not till later?
Yeah, I knew because when I started skate, I used to skate like vert ramps.
Uh-huh.
So everyone like from this scene of vert was like my first contact with skateboarding, you know. And my brother used to skate with like all the pros back in the days, like Diego Menezes, all those guys. So like I met these guys just like on my first steps on skateboarding.
Oh,
and
shit.
right then they became my idols, you know, my inspirations.
Who was the first American that you met, the first American skater?
That's a good question. I remember like I have never traveled to US before. And I remember I was with Pedro. Since then, I became like a really good friend of Pedro because he was like a big friend of my brother too. And, like we were the same age. So like we got friends like quickly. And then I remember I was with him in Sao Paulo. Then Tony Alva and John Cardial were coming to like a Vans trip, you know. And I remember skating like 2 skate spots with them. So I think they were like the first American skaters that I met in my life.
And you knew who they were already?
I knew, but like I was like 12, 13 years old. I was kind of like understanding more about the skateboard's history. But for sure, I know they were like icons, like goats on skateboarding. But just like after many years that I realized that what I lived that day was something so special that maybe was my only time, you know.
What was your first?
But
Oh, go ahead.
no, you can ask.
No, I was wondering what was your go-to, like your first move on vert? Did you do backside or front side? Like, did you learn how to
I
grind
remember, like,
and do
before-
airs backside first or front side?
Yeah, I remember like the first thing that I learned on skateboarding that was the best feeling ever, and was after that I said to myself, I want this for the rest of my life. Was trying to do like my first rock fakie in a little quarter pipe. And I remember I took like a day to learn, you know? And like after that feeling of like putting ourselves, risking ourselves, trying to do something new and finally landed, when I felt that feeling, I said, wow, I want this feeling for the rest of my life, you know? And that's how I got so much passion for like transition skating. And but in general, for me, it doesn't matter where I'm skating. The only thing that matters to me, you have my board on my feet, you know, and just like have this freedom of choice to skate wherever. But I remember when I started skating vert ramp, I think like those backside early grabs, you know, in the middle of the ramp.
Yeah.
That was pretty much like my first trick.
Okay. Yeah, we would do early grab like on the flat bottom going up and then pull out to learn it.
Yeah. And I remember I was trying for like to learn to do the real airs, you know.
Yeah.
And Diego Menezes was at the session, and he was like one of the best friends of my brother. So we had like connection, and he just came to me and said, man, if you want to learn something, start from the bottom. Go like lower, like understand the trick like step by step. And I remember that I saved this information for the rest of my life. So everything that I want to learn on skating, boarding, on playing music or building skate parks, I just try to go from the bottom, you know, step by step.
Yeah, learn it first and then take it up higher till you can get it off the top.
Yeah.
What about doing like 50-50 grinds and like, you know, trying to build the speed once you started getting like able to get to the top and doing stuff? How did you, I mean, you look like the perfect guy to, everything is going to be speed with you, which is how I appreciate skateboarding. Like we don't go slow, we go as fast as we can with our tricks, right? And like you build the speed to get to that. Was that always from the get-go kind of your mentality, or did that come over time?
No, I think that's like became from myself, you know, like from my soul. Everything that I do, I like to put like 120% of myself, you know, heart and body, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember just when I started skating, I always like to go fast, you know, because the feeling of going fast is like you're risking yourself like the higher that you can, you know, and you are like playing with this challenge, you know. So this is what challenged me on skateboarding. Is like ever session that I do, I just skate. It was like my last session of my life, and also I put like 100% of myself on it. So that's why I like to go fast. I like so much doing lip tricks because I feel the lip tricks is like your connection with the place that you're skating for real. You know, your trucks are literally grinding on the blocks. I like to hear the sound of the blocks. I like to feel the vibration of the trucks on the blocks. So I like to go fast. I like to feel that I'm alive skating.
Right.
Just like putting all myself on it.
Did you grow up playing soccer?
I remember playing soccer because I was the kind of kid that like I do everything for fun, and I like all the challenge about like sports, like action, you know. I like the action, I like the move, I like the feeling, I like the fear. I like to fear the fear, you know, like face the fear. So I remember playing soccer, doing all kinds of like sports, but when I got the connection with skateboarding, I said, no, that's the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right. So drop everything and put 100% into this,
Yes.
dude.
And
What?
soccer is so strong in Brazil. Like
Yeah.
I think pretty much like all the kids in Brazil, like the first steps is like play a ball, you know?
Right.
Just
What
kick the ball.
was skateboarding like as you were growing up with skateboarding, did it grow as was it not as big when you started as it is now? Like I don't really know how. I've never been to Brazil, so I don't know. Like I know there's a lot of good skaters down there, but like do regular people look at it as weird, or are they like is it pretty normal down there?
No, I remembered like one really good thing that I used to have when I start skate. I remember that there was like 3 skateboard magazines in that time going on. So there was so much information, and these 3 magazines, they used to talk only about like the local scene, you know, the Brazilian scene,
Uh-huh.
and like how I started skating with, because my older brother, he used to have like all the magazines at home. So on my first step on skateboarding, I had like all the information that I needed on that time to understand the scene and see how big it was. Like there was, and still having like so many good skaters in Brazil, but the only bad thing is that like there is not much like national companies that can like support the scene, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the only bad thing about the scene in Brazil, you know, is like this brand like scene that is not that strong, but like everywhere you go, there is skateboarding right now is getting so much bigger. I mean, in like skate parks, like places in downtown to skate. Like the people right now in Brazil, I feel that have so much love and passion for skateboarding, not even being a skater, you know. And I remember back in the days when I started skate was not like this, you know.
Yeah.
Just who skates used to love skate and appreciate. Right now, like it's kind of like everyone, like you go to your family house and like your grandmother is talking about how was the session, you know. Back in the day, it wasn't like this.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned like meeting Pedro Barros pretty early, but what about V and Marlon and the rest of your crew? When did you become friends with these guys that you're running with these days?
Yeah, I'm so glad that like in my first year on skateboarding, I met like pretty much all these guys because we were like same age. And I remember like the place that I met like V for the first time. It was like V's uncle is like one of my biggest reference on skateboarding. He's like such a great legend. His whole family is like, there's legends. V's dad is a legend. V's uncle is a legend. And like V's uncle has like a farm near to Sao Paulo, like 1 hour and a half driving. And he has like a vert ramp where he used to have all the amateur contests right there. And he built like a boat too. And I remember that I was there and V came with his dad, with Pedro, with everyone. And that's when I met V. V used to be like such a short guy, you know. I remember using like a green like Protect helmet that was like bigger than him, doing the laybacks in the middle of the vert ramp. This was his favorite trick, doing the laybacks in the middle of the ramp, in the middle of the vert ramp. And like when I met them, like there was so much connection because we were kids having fun and loving and appreciating skateboarding like on the same way. So we got this strong connection, and since then, like we are best friends and we go all around the world together and having good times. And I remember Marlon, when I first met him, he always used to be like a guy, like he's more quiet, you know. He's not the guy that comes in a place that he doesn't know the people and talk with everyone. He's always gonna be like quiet on his own, but he's like one of the most like bigger hearts person that I know, you know. He has so much passion for who he loves and who like are on his side. And when I got this connection with him, like fuck, Marlon is like a brother to me, you know. And like I love that he has his own personality like that, you know, because you feel that it's true. That's him. He's a quiet guy, but like if you have the connection with him, he gonna show like a person with so much passion and like want to have good times always, you know, want to protect who is with him. So, and legend. I don't even know what to say about his skateboarding. For sure, he's one of my favorite skaters. Like
he does
and
it
he's like
all.
a ghost. Like, yeah, his best sessions, his best tricks, no one will see it because he does it for himself. You know, he doesn't. I know that he skates with like nothing to prove to no one. He's skating for himself, and like he has such an open mind to do tricks that you never even thought that could be possible, you know?
Yeah. So that's just big shout out to those guys. I love the whole crew. I was saying earlier, seeing you guys arrive is always like a big acai bowl with like a giant coffee. Like the energy is like smiles and like, let's go, let's get it. Where's the green light? Cause we are going, like, you know, it's so
yeah,
sick.
for sure.
When does this all kind of change gears for you? When do you start going like maybe you get your first sponsor or like you win a contest or something where like you go, oh, I can do this like how I want to do it. I'm doing it. Like, you know, like where you think about like maybe getting to the United States and traveling and becoming like, you know, part of your lifestyle is skateboarding. That's it.
I remember that like on my first year, like I remember that all the tricks that I learned was like a battle, you know, nothing came easy, but I had so much passion for the challenge and for the feeling of the skateboarding on my feet. And I remember that like in a year, I learned so much things. I learned pretty much like how can I say, the basics things to know on skateboarding, you know, flow, a couple tricks, not about like tricks and technique, but like the connection with the board and the place that you're skating. And I remember people just came to my brother and said, no, right now we're not going to talk that Murilo is your brother anymore. It's like, you are the brother from Murilo, you know, just joking. Because I learned so much things like quickly. And I remember that like I was so lucky because I remember being in the X Games in Brazil that happened once. I was just with my brother to see like the competition. And I remember I was walking to the place that was all the brands exposition. And I was walking there, and then Sandro Diaz came to myself, hey Murilo, come here. And he was with the brand manager from Oakley that time. And like he just said, hey, to that dude that is called Pinga. He said, hey, Pinga, this is the little kid that I told you. You need to, man, work with this guy. I don't remember exactly the words that he said, but he just said, man, you gotta have this guy with you. And like the guy just got my number, my brother's number, because I hadn't had phone. And I like on the next week, I just came to the Oakley office, and like he was like, how can I say? He gave me an opportunity that like I know it's like there is nothing like, you know, he just said, what do you need to believe on your dream, you know? And my brother just said, man, he needs like good doctors with him, just teaching him how to take care of himself. He needs to study English to go to US and be able to talk with everyone. So like that guy from Oakley gave me all that support, not just like I used to be a kid. He didn't give money, but everything that I need to like go on this dream, he said, you have like green card, you know, to do it. And I remember that my brother, since I got this sponsor, he just said, you just worry about skating and have fun. Do all you're doing for passion, all the bullshit I take care for you, you know, don't worry about anything. Just go out and skate, have fun. You know, my brother for a long time, he used to be like my manager. He's not a manager, but he just sweet that like
take care
the shirt and work for, took care of me for a long time. He's still taking care, you know. So like all these opportunity to me was like the opportunities that really opened the gate for this dream, you know? So like when I was maybe 15 years old, I was able to go to US, all paid for Oakley just to skate. My brother used to film and take photos and send to the sponsors, you know? We were doing all by ourselves, but we had that support that was so much important to me. And since then, I feel that like I'm a privileged yet. How is the word?
Privilege.
Privilege? Yeah, privilege for have this opportunity, you know? And when I was kid, I knew that was like something that wasn't everyone that had this opportunity. So like I hold it with my heart, my arms and my heart and say, man, I'm gonna enjoy and do my best with this opportunity. And my best is just like really live this skateboard life for passion, because people, it's helping me to believe on this, you know.
Where'd you go your first time to US?
My first time, I remember that I went for a month. So I spent like 2 weeks in California because I used to skate a lot of variants and there was a good scene. I remember like I used to skate like pretty much every day at Claremont skate park in the variant.
Yep.
But I came actually for a contest that was in Oregon. Trifecta was like my first contest ever in US. Yeah, and I used to sign. Was it in the Pier Park, Lincoln City, and Tiger?
How did you feel seeing those parks? Like when you went to Lincoln City, was that like the gnarliest park you've been to, or does Brazil have something comparable?
No, that was like so different from everything that I have ever saw it, you know? But I remember that was the dream because I have so much love for vert skating. But when I found like the lines in a bow, like the feeling of the blocks, the grinds, and try to just be creative doing your own line, not just skating like
back and forth
straight, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I found like myself. I said, I want to do this, you know? I want to skate bows, I want to skate conquer, I want to skate pull coping. And so that's why I went to Trifecta for like my first step in US. And I remember seeing all those guys. I remember that year there was Lance Mountain there. That was the first time that I met Kevin Kowalski, Benji Galloway, a lot of like legends for me. They were like inspiration, and seeing all that scene happening, you know, people on the skate. There wasn't a contest with like structure that you get wristband and all this bullshit. It's like go down and skate, you know, your hit is the 6th seed, skate, have fun, jump session. That's how I want to do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Did you go with the crew? Did you go with Pedro and them, or did you just go by yourself?
No, I went by myself.
With your brother?
Because, yeah, with my brother, because Otavio Neto, you know Otavio Neto?
No.
The guy with the dreadlocks that used to do the nollies all around.
Oh, they call him the Nolly Llama?
Yeah, Nolly Llama, exactly. He's like a godfather to me.
Oh.
He was like the best friend of my brother for the whole life. So right when I started skating, I was skating with him. And he was one of the first skaters in Brazil that used to go to US, to Australia, to Europe to compete in bow and park contests, you know, not just vert contests. So he was the one that opened my mind for this kind of like skating. And he was the reason. I remember he couldn't go this year, the year that I went to Trifecta. He went like 1 year before with Bruno Passos, I think. And like when I saw him there, I saw the footage that he had from that. I said, oh, I want to know, I want to go there. And he just gave me all the directions and I went with my brother.
Wow, man. Who did you meet first, Josh Borden or Omar Hassan?
Nah, that's a good one. Two people that I have on my heart. I love them.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that was Omar. I remember I went with Pedro and V. We went to Australia for a Vans trip. That was the Whopper tour, the trip that they used to do like vert demos in the middle of the rock and roll concerts, have metal. And I even wasn't skating for Vans that time, you know, but I had this connection with Pedro so strong that like the Vans guys just pay me everything to go and skate with them, you know. And I remember Omar was in this trip and I got so close to Omar. I remember one day I was with him at the Beach Hotel in Australia, Sydney, and we were playing pool and I couldn't talk that much English. And we were just talking like, here we go. Like every time I see Omar, like right now, our first words is like, here we go, you know. And right after that, I met Josh, all these guys, and like, I love them, you know, they are really big friends of myself. Even being like living in US or living in Brazil, I see them a couple of times. They are people that every time we see, we have that like good vibes and like we feel that we never got like far, you know.
What do you give most credit to for like learning English? Like just being around Americans in the contest and skating, or like did you take it in school, or how did you get your English?
Yeah, I did the school when I was a kid, but like I didn't learn that much, you know, that kid in the school. Yeah, just looking the clock to see what time is it to go out and skate, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that really taught me how to talk English is put yourself in the middle of like a bunch of like people talking, and you want to talk, you want to ask how to get something, you need to risk yourself and try, you know. So pretty much was being on the road and talking, be surrounded by people talking English. But I think Omar, Josh, how they were like the first persons that I met in US and got like close, they were good like teachers, you know.
Right. Yeah. Man, speaking of Omar, I just saw on Instagram, like, how does it feel to get hung up on a beer and still make it?
He almost killed me. We were doing like a video for the indie YouTube channel, and that was like just the end of the session, and Omar was just doing like he was with the mic, and we supposed to do the cheers. I do the front side and he do the cheers with the beer on my trucks, and he just say, hey, we are here in the skate park with the Brazilian RTMF and blah blah blah, you know. And we were trying to do like a good clip, and once he just like locked the beer on my truck. I just felt my board when I was landing. My board was like staying in the beer, but like we got lucky that everything worked good. But that was good times. I love being surrounded of Omar. He's a person with like so much passion, and like no word to talk about him. He's like one of my biggest inspiration in skateboarding. I remember seeing like all contests like Combi Pool, the contest in Marseille, like all these contests. Omar was always the legend. For sure, he was the inspiration for myself to try my first frontside heel flip indie, you know?
I think that...
He's like the mentor.
I think that guy makes acai bowls look like it's a necessity in your life. He lives in Huntington where all the acai bowls are. This guy is running for Skater of the Year at 50 years old, man. He's like everywhere last year. I was like, dude, you're at more places than anyone. You're like so sick to see like him just going. And it's like, here we go. No, here he goes.
And now another first impression from MC Money Bump, Mr. Omar Hassan.
We're doing an episode, Talkin Schmit on Murilo PERES, and I've known Murilo ever since he's been a little kid. One of the first trips we went on was to Australia on the Warp Tour. And a funny story is I used to always be like, here we go, just saying like, here we go. And he didn't speak English very well at all. And he always thought here we go came from the Mario Brothers video game, so he always be like, here we go, because they start Mario Brothers with that. And that was one of his first introductions to English with me. But he's always been one of the best skaters. He's one of my favorite skaters. And since then, he has learned how to speak English great. He's progressed skating. He's like on a whole nother level when it comes to skateboarding. And he's a great guy. And listen to his stories because he's an awesome dude and he's probably got some cool stuff and more to come. So listen in.
Here we go!
Yeah, Omar, man, he knows how to enjoy the life and live like a real skater, you know? He got out like his sponsors, his like professional career, but he never lost like his sense, you know, his roots of skating for have fun with their friends. And he taught so much about this to me, not like that he said to me, but just like seeing how he acts, seeing that he's always in all kinds of places, skating with all kinds of people, even being like, I don't know how age he is right now, but like, he's not like a 20 years old young guy, you know?
No.
He's like
I think
legend,
75.
not by age, but like by history. He's a legend, you know?
Yeah.
By history.
What is RTMF and how did it start?
RTMF is like, how can I say? It's like the name that they gave for like the crew in Floripa because the neighborhood is called Rio Tavares. So they just said like Rio Tavares motherfuckers, you know? That's how it started, the RTMF. And I remember because when I started skate, there was no good bowls around Sao Paulo. And like the only place that had like a pool coping to skate, that was in Floripa. So like, since I'm a kid, like I used to go a lot to Floripa to be with V, Pedro. And every time I go there, I spend like a month, 2 months. I don't want to leave, you know, because it's such like a good island, good beach, good skating, good time. It's just living life, chilling, you know. I live in Sao Paulo. This is like a concrete jungle. It's like traffic everywhere, information, people. You know, in Floripa, you go there, you spend like a month on the same street. And in this street, you have everything you need. You have the beach, you have the skate park, you have the acai place. You know, we have V and Pedro's house. It's like in one street. Fuck. So it's like a paradise. RTMF is a paradise.
So you got some good cement bowls down there and there's good surf too?
Yeah, really good surf. The only problem is that like it's so windy right there to surf. So if you want to surf, you need to wake up early, you know, is that like before 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is a good timing.
And then when did you start how do you pronounce it? Pug or Poog?
Pug. Is the, you know, the dog Pug from MIB? Yeah. Because my mom for 40 years, she used to have a kennel. Kennel is the word.
A dog kennel?
Yeah. And like the kennel was exactly in this place that I am right now. And I remember I'm the youngest one from my brothers. I have 3 brothers. They are like 10 years old and more, older than me. So I used to be like just a little kid and I used to go with my mom to work. Like she was working with the dogs, taking care of everyone. I was just like messing around, you know, like climbing the trees, running with the dogs, having fun.
Yeah.
And when I start skate, I stopped to come here. My brother started to study engineer. And right in that time that my brother decided to open the company, start building skate parks, my mom was taking care of a lot of pugs in that time. So that's like the relation about the name and the reason that this is the name, you know, because here is where everything started. My mom was the person that more believed and helped us to believe in this dream and go through. So that's how everything started, right here in the same place that I'm right now.
So it's kind of part of the mentality, like Brazil doesn't really have, you kind of have to do it yourself if you want to. They don't have like in US, we have a lot of companies taking care of skateboarding. So there's like, it's a lot of competition, but in Brazil, maybe like if you want something, if you want to have a board sponsor, maybe you create your own there. Is that the mentality or what?
Yeah, for sure. I remember the reason that we start doing it is like fuck, we live in Sao Paulo, Brazil, such a big country. We have everything that we need, and like skate parks are shitty right here.
Yeah.
Let's do it by our own, you know. And my brother, my whole family is like engineer, so I have this engineer like blood, you know. And my brother just like put out together his love for skateboarding and his work to become one thing, you know. And like we just want to do skate park that we were feeling good on skating, you know. That's the reason that we start doing, not because money or we want to live from this. No, we want to skate. Let's put our work, our blood, our souls on this, and let's make it happen. And that's how everything started.
And was Oakley your first American sponsor, or what's your first American sponsor?
Yeah, it was Oakley.
It was.
And right after that, I remember that the guys from Drop Dead, that company that used to sponsor Pedro, everyone, they just like put me on the team. Like since I was like 12 years old. And they were like really important people to myself, you know, because they helped me so much. Like,
yeah, you skated for them a long time.
Yeah, I don't skate anymore, but like they family, they are people that I'm so close, even not skating for them anymore, you know.
Right.
Because we had so much history together.
Who are you getting your boards from now?
No one, by myself.
Really? You guys make boards?
No, I don't make. I just, when I can get with like a company or something, I get. If not, I buy.
No pocket pistol or?
No, nothing.
Huh. We got to change that.
I don't know. For sure, it's something that I want, you know, but it's not something that I'm trying to find, you know. The only thing that I'm trying to find is enjoy my life skating and having good times. And I know everything in my life just happened. I wasn't looking for Oakley that time. I wasn't looking for a sponsor. I was just like having fun skating and doing my best. And I know like that's the thing that I need to do it, you know. I'm not gonna lose my roots, and I'm not gonna try to find something to force something to happen.
Yeah, that's how I got. Yeah.
I have the money to buy decks. If I have to buy, I buy it. But I go in the store, I buy the one that I want to use it, you know. I don't knock in someone's door just asking for free boards because I want boards, you know. If I do that to someone, it's because I want to ride those boards that the guy is taking care, you know. Like, I like this freedom. Like, remember, because like Oakley, when I got sponsored by Oakley, I used to be like head to toe, like hats, glasses, clothes, shoes. They start doing, I was like the first skater in the world that like skate with the Oakley shoes. They pretty much for like 2 years, I was the only one skating. They weren't selling, but I was already skating with them. I was like the guy kind of like testing. And like I used to skate till 2015, something like this for Oakley shoes. And I just said, no, I don't want anymore. Like I want something that I feel comfortable and something that I really want to be part, you know. I want to be a part of like a skateboard team. I want to be on the road with some guys filming, having fun. Like I just choose to not have the same like salary in Oakley, just be on myself. But like that's what I want for my life. I want freedom, you know. I want to feel good using everything that I'm using. I'm never gonna use something because the money. If it's because I want to use it, you know. So I got these decisions of my life. That was the same thing on Drop Dead, you know. I just talked with the guys. I said, maybe I want to be by myself right now, try to find something new, just be able to have this freedom of choice, check other boards, you know, just have the feeling of other boards. Like, I like this freedom, you know. I like to to do things for my own, you know. I mean, like, I am the most important person in my life. So if I'm not happy, I'm not gonna be able to do my best and go out skate with so much fun, you know.
You get to a certain point where you don't want to sacrifice anything. Like, it's like, look, I want to skate this and I want to skate with these people. That's it. And like, if I'm on the road with a bunch of clowns, I don't care how much money you're paying me, I'm not going to be happy. So you got to be like, I got my crew. If I got to travel with them on my own, that's what I'll do. If I can be a part of the sponsors that they're with, I just want to support these companies that I have passion for. I'm not I'm not part of this like circus where you can just put a label on me to be like, okay, I'm in, like, right? It's pretty interesting to see it. I think the older we get and the more experience we have, the more, you know, I was laughing because I feel like you were saying the best things come to you when you're not trying, like you're not looking for that, right? And it's like, I just got married, my wife. I wasn't on Tinder looking for girls or like going out, but she hit me. And then when we got married, it was like, and it's great, you know? And then I think it is something true that when you just relax and do you, things will see that. But when you're trying too hard and, oh, I need this, it's like people, it's the vibe. People feel that too. And they're like, oh, this guy's a little too hungry or whatever.
Yeah. Nothing that you force on your life will happen in like an organic way or like a healthy way, you know. That's for everything, for skateboarding, for like relationships, for like a company, whatever you're doing, you know. You need to like have these roots, this essence like strong in yourself. The reason that I'm skating is not to be a professional skateboarding, live from skateboarding. It's just enjoy the passion to have the board on my feet, you know. That's the reason for the rest of my life. I'm so lucky that I have sponsors that like help me to go through this dream. But the reason that I'm doing is not to be paid, it's to skate, go out and skate, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember even talking about these things that happen when you are not expecting. I remember when I just got in Vans, I was like, that was like in the middle of the COVID times. I was at the beach for like 3 months. I was with V in a hostel that our friend has with a bowl. We were there like 3 months, like locked in the hostel with skating every day. And I remember the team manager from Vans Brazil just hit me up. Hey, we got the opportunity. Let's make it happen. It will be a pleasure to have you with us, you know. So I said, wow, I can't believe it, you know. There is no contest. There is nothing going on right now. It's like 1 year that started the COVID time. Everyone was just locked down, and like this opportunity came, like knocked at my door. That was one more like thing that I forced that thing on my mind. Yeah, things comes when you like don't expect it, but you are on your way, you know, doing what is right for you. So that's how this opportunity came to me. I was there skating, having good times, doing things with passion, with love, not for money or nothing else. And like the opportunities came to myself, you know. I feel that is that like vibration connection, you know. I'm a person with so much heart. Everything I do, I talk with my heart. I don't talk with my brain, you know. So I feel everything on life is about like energy, connection, vibration, synchrony. So I believe this is the most strong thing on earth, you know, that we have to know the value and live for, you know. Connections, things that comes from the heart.
For sure. What are your thoughts on contests? You do the contest circuit. Do you like it, or is it more like what are the good parts and what are the bad parts?
I pretty much love contests, you know. I'm not the person that like, I skate for a contest, but like, I love contests because it's an opportunity first to see so much people from all around all together. So this is the something that I appreciate, you know. I always see like if I compete in a contest here in Brazil, I see all my homies from all the cities all together, skating, having good time. If I go to US, I see so much people that I don't see at my home. So this connection is the most important thing about contests. And what I like in contests is like one opportunity to yourself, try to do your best. Wherever happens, just go out and try to do a run, try to skate your best session in the jump session, have fun, try the best of you. Whatever happens, I don't care. I think everything in life happens by consequence. You need to focus on the reason. And the reason to myself being a contest, it's have good times, try my best, because that's how I live for, I put 100% of myself in every session. So I would do it the same in every contest.
Okay, true or false? You won a bowl contest in Chile and never got paid the prize.
True. That this happened when I was 18 years old, and when I was 18 years old, I got twice my ligament in my knee. I broke the ligament, so I had to do 2 surgeries. I spent like 1 year and 6 months out of skating. And I remember that contest is in Chile. I was skating after these two surgeries for like 2 weeks. That was like my first 2 weeks of skating. I came to the contest with no other reason, just to be out there skating and like having fun. And everything just happened on a way. I won that contest. I couldn't believe on that. That was like my first professional contest that I won. I remember we went to the churrascaria in the downtown. I paid for all my friends because this is our culture, Every time someone of our crew wins like a contest or something, we pay for everyone, like the dinner or whatever,
Sick, yeah.
So I pay for everyone and I never received the prize money,
Oh man. Do you have a favorite or a memory that sticks out to you special of like hanging out or meeting with Jake and P-Stone?
Yes, they are. Let me show this to you.
Oh shit. When did you get that?
Yeah,
Tattoo of Preston and Jake.
Yeah. I think that was like 2 years ago with a friend of mine.
Hell yeah.
And like these are 2 persons that like they are so important in my life, and not about their histories or like who they used to be, but like the passion, the love, the connection that I had back in the days when I was in the van with them traveling all around like South Brazil. I remember going like from Sydney to Gold Coast with Preston. We were filming this trip. Like I got so many like opportunities to share good times with them. And like they were the most true persons on skateboarding that I met all my life. Like talking about skating, about like do your best, go out and skate, make history and have fun.
Right.
Most important thing, like have fun. And Preston, I remember Preston. We were at Pedro's house. I was like maybe 16 years old. He was doing like a drink and the watermelon, throwing wine, throwing beers. Hey, Murilo. He always used to call me, hey, Murilo, drink it. And I just took a drink and I said, what the fuck? I never had that before. That wasn't that good to me back in the day. But I just see he doing that, and he was like smiling, having fun doing it. I said, man, it's not the result that matters. It's your intention, I learned this with them. I learned this with Preston, with Jake, and like forever. I have them on my skin. I have them on my heart, in my soul, and I'm gonna take them with me to the rest of my life.
What's the other tattoo you have? You have like a heavy metal or rock something, right? Like words to a song, maybe.
That's my first tattoo.
That's it.
It's like we sold our souls for skateboard. And this is a tattoo, my first one that I did with Pedro, V, and Foguinho. It's like a tattoo that talks about like our friendship, you know. This is something that like we love and share together, skateboarding and rock and roll. So like rock and roll for me, like it's all around my veins, in my blood, you know. It's make me feel alive. It's the kind of music that I listen. I will listen to the rest of my life. And like this was the first tattoo, and it's so important to me about this friendship, about the meaning. And then I get this Bad Brains.
Oh, sick.
on
Yeah.
it.
Like Rock for Light.
It's just the White House getting.
Oh,
Yeah,
banned in DC.
it's because it's kind of like upside down. Yeah,
Yeah.
banned in DC. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I just decided like this arm, I will only do like reference about rock and roll, you know, tattoos.
So is that your go-to for music? Is rock and roll like Black Sabbath, Bad
Yeah.
Brains?
Yeah, let me show you something.
Okay.
And this is like my
Oh,
little
yes.
studio that I love playing. V is the one that put me on this life, you know, because we always used to travel together. They always used to play, and I always used to watch and say, fuck, I want to learn something, you know. I want to be part of the band. I don't want to be here just listening.
Yeah.
And like I always have this dream of playing like guitars, instruments with chords. But I was the one that just like said, no, I don't have the ability. I'm not good with my fingers, you know. And V, once he taught me 2 accords to do it on the acoustic guitar. And I was doing these 2 simple things, and he was with another acoustic guitar doing the solo. And I just, fuck, with 2 notes, I'm in the band. Let's do it. Let's learn more. And I always had so much fun learning. I love to study something that I'm learning, you know, skateboarding, music. I like to study. I like to just go to Google, download an article that talks about how the guitar works, you know. I always have this passion of studying. So since that day that he taught me 2 chords, I never stopped anymore. And playing instruments for me right now is like my therapy, is my meditation, is the time that I forget about everything on my life, and I'm just in that present moment,
so
having
good.
the time, you know.
You play drums too?
Drums was the first instrument that I played in my life when I was kid at school, but I never, only school I played. I never went through, but I just start playing again, and I love it. I love drums is good because it's where
like
you,
a workout. You're just like, get it all out of you.
Just when you like, all the jam sessions that we do, the first thing that I want to play is the drums, because you just lose your body, your mind, like, it's like a skateboarding session, you know.
Fuck yeah. Do you guys
like a jam session with music is something that like, wow, I can't even describe, but everyone that plays know what is the feeling about the connection, about the bass, the guitar, the drums, the person that is singing. It's like a connection. It's the same thing like from a skateboard session. It matters with who you're skating, because your session depends on the connection with the people that you are surrounded and they are skating with you. That's why me, Pedro, V, Marlon, we always together. We always skating together because we have this connection. We know how everyone thinks and skates, and we know how to push ourselves to like just go like faster and higher and have more fun and try to do like harder things, you know, because it's the connection. If I haven't had these friends, for sure I wasn't going to be who am I right now, you know. I was going to be maybe 1% of the person that I am.
Let's get 5%.
Yeah. It's just talking that like they have so much importance, like they are so much important to myself, to who I became, you know. Because they're the connection.
Do you guys record any music?
We recorded once. We start doing more like autoral songs, but like the things that like we most like to play is like jam sessions where
Jam session.
there is nothing that was really planned, you know, it's just the connection again.
Yeah, no, that's the shit. I love that. You got to talk about Pedro's contest that he has down in Florianopolis. This is like, it was an annual event until the COVID, right?
You're talking about the Red Bull skate generation?
Yeah. Like that's Pedro's backyard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't live anymore at the house that he has there, but it's still being like his house. But it's his backyard.
And how close is that to the beach?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So it's like paradise. It's kind of like Hawaii or something. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
tropical.
like we call just like a little Hawaii in Brazil, you know, because it's an island, a small island. There is no much structure about like roads and streets. Everything is too simple. Everything is close, and like everything you need is there, like beach, skating, food places, good times, you know, everything. And everything is closed in like in 10 minutes. Right now, there is so much like backyard skate parks, like people that just build their own boats. So I can say that like in 10 blocks away, you can skate maybe like 10 different spots, you know, DIY spots.
Oh, wow. Is Pedro like the mayor? Does he get free dinner everywhere he goes or what?
Yeah, he's like the mayor in Floripa for sure.
That's sick, dude.
And it's good because like the guy that works at the SIE is friend of us. The guy that works in everyone knows each other, you know, because it's a small island. Everyone have this like connection and everyone knows everything. So
for
it's like those small towns, you know, that like if someone knock the door 3 blocks away, you're gonna hear and you're gonna go out in the street to see who is, you know.
Okay.
It's
So
like
when he has when they have the event, is it like the community gets stoked and they all come together for it?
For sure. Especially because like the roads, there is not much structure there, so it's only one like avenue, you know, and when it has the contest there, like everything gets crowded, you know, everyone knows about. It's something that really changed the place during the contest, you know. And it's good because the people from the contest will be hanging out in all the area, in the restaurants, outside spots, at the beach. So it's something that when it's happening, you know that it's happening, you know, because you see people everywhere, just skaters everywhere.
Yeah.
Parties going on.
What's the craziest thing that's happened down there?
Craziest thing in Floripa?
Oh, yeah, or like at those events. I know one time some guys tried to like fight Jake because he was so wasted, but
yeah, I think. Can you hear me? Because I think my headphones just got. Oh no, yeah, it's still going on. My battery from the headphone is low, but I remember I didn't see that, but I remember Jake was wasted and talking shit, and like a local guy just kind of like said, man, if you don't take this guy out from here, I'm just gonna punch him, you know, something like this. But everything worked good, you know. And I remember one of the craziest thing was a guy, a skater from Brazil, Índio, is like his nickname. He was trying to jump from the bowl to the road that is right next to the bowl. Like, it's a stair, maybe like 20 stairs, you know. It's so much higher, and you just landed. It's like a 20 stairs. Oh, it's like a big stair to jump, and you just land on the road, like short. The ground is sucked, and the guy was trying to jump this gap. And I remember Jake just on the side of the stair. Yeah, do it. Do it right now, you know, with his vest, glasses on. I said, fuck, man, this is so crazy what is happening. For sure that is not going to be able to do it. But he tried maybe like 10 times.
Just eating shit.
But this is a skater that everywhere. Índio, Rafael Índio.
Oh, Angel. Okay.
Every contest that has, he tries to jump from the biggest place, you know. I
Okay.
remember we were in the Arpoador. It's a famous bowl in Rio, and it's it's like a bowl, exactly like the format. And it's like maybe 4 meters. He just jumped from the platform to the flat. He did that. That was crazy. I don't know how. I don't know how the legs work to make it happen.
It's like Jaws, man. They just like gum.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's no. I remember I was just like when you on Instagram, just trying to pass some time and show up the video of Jaws jumping the Alibolali stairs.
Yeah.
I said, man, what was in his mind that day? You know, that was so crazy. The slams that he took, and like, I said, no way. You know, you need to really believe that you're gonna happen, that you're gonna make it, and like be able to be alive after that. You know, the person who tries something like this really believes that it's possible. You know,
Yeah.
but for myself, I don't think it is. That's why I'm not gonna try something like that.
Yeah. What's like one of the things that sticks out that you were there for the session and you saw like one of the gnarliest things someone do on a skateboard, like you were there for?
I remember it was at Pedro's contest at his backyard. And I remember that session that Jeff Grosso did that year.
Ooh.
He just like smashed the ball. He was doing like long 50-50 fake, his invert, like 2 seconds in the air.
Yeah.
He was doing everything. And like I saw Grosso skating a couple times, many times. And like, but like that day, I never saw him skating, you know. For sure, he used to skate like that before I started skate when I was just a kid, but I didn't see by my eyes personally, you know?
Yeah.
And that day I saw and I said, wow, this is Jeff Grosso, you know? That's why Jeff Grosso is Jeff Grosso. So I never forgot that session, you know? Never.
When Grosso that reminds me of, there was one year, I forget which year it was, but at the combi, he was just on fire and he's flipping off everyone on 50-50s and he made the long board slide and it was just everything he wanted to do. It was working that day. And he was so stressed all the time because he was the hometown guy. And
yeah.
so,
Oh, you talking about combi?
At combi.
Talking about combi?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if it wasn't in the same year that I'm talking, was like 1 year in a row that I saw him skate at Pedro and saw him skate at combi like that way, you know?
Right.
Like these 2 times that I saw him skate was like indescribable, you know, like, wow, you just see it and enjoy it.
Well, in my opinion, they should have closed the combi contest after Pedro did the fucking transfer, because when he did that shit, the place went ballistic and everyone left there like that was the best shit ever. We can't top that. Like, let's check this one off the list, you know, like that was huge.
Yeah, I think, just let me see, because my
is your headphones
just died. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's working again.
Okay.
And you were talking about the Pedro transfer at combi. That thing was crazy. Who goes to combi said, no, that's not possible. It's not just about like do the transfer, but like how he did the transfer, you know? Like he went all the way up and then like all the way down. It's not just that he did a little air just to pass through. He really went like through, you know?
And the energy and the timing, like it was the end of the contest. Everyone is like, I need to see this. And like, there's so much pressure, so many people, the intensity is like crazy. And that probably fueled him to be like, I'm putting this fucker in. And his dad's there just like, yeah. And I remember Jake gave him a hug after. Like, that one is so memorable for me.
Yeah, Pedro is like this. He's the kind of person that if there is pressure on him, he will do it better. He will feel the energy, you know. Yeah, he likes this is something that inspires him to really put all of himself in what he's doing, you know. That's why he's a really good like contest skater.
Right.
He's skating in general. He's like, I love Pedro. He's like, he was the reason that I started skate because I used to see him. But like talking about contests, I don't know if there is someone better than him, you know, that really knows. He flies like 3 feet in the session. He goes in a contest, he flies 9 feet because he gets the pressure from the contest and he did like, it's like a fuel to him, you know,
I
fuel
see it.
that really help. The pressure help him, you know. If there is no pressure in him, he's not gonna do the same. If there is pressure, you're gonna see like he's going off.
So sick. What was the TV show you guys had? It was like you and V and Fugino, right?
Yeah, we still have. It's just because we film just like in a month in the year. It's just like it's called Channel Off. It's a channel on TV right here that it's all about like sports. So there is so many like things about surf, skating, and we filmed this. It's called like 4 times skate, you know, because it's me, Pedro, V, and Foguinho. And it's just like our lifestyle. We always choose like a place in the world to go. Like I remember the last one that we did, we went to New York. We spent like 10 days in a motorhome and we just like filmed everything. And there was like freedom for us. Just go out and skate and talk about how is our day, what we do. So we went to the studio, we play, we skated. I remember we went to the Philadelphia skate park, the one
FDR?
under the bridge, how FDR, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I knew that Aisha was from Philly. So I said, wow, imagine we just, here we were already there skating. Imagine we here and just Aisha show up. And like 15 minutes later, Aisha just show up by himself. You know, it was so cold. Was the end of the winter, so it was cold.
Okay.
If I was in my hometown, I wasn't going to be skating that time. I remember I was skating like with 2 pants, 3 socks, 2 jackets, you know. And I should just show up. That's how I saw, fuck, this guy is a real skater. You know,
Yeah.
he come to a place by himself just to skate in the morning. That's the spirit, you know. That's the spirit.
Ishod is one. I mean, he's the example. There's not many skaters that skate more, and Ishod should be skater of the year every year almost. He's just like,
No,
dude,
he's
skates-
super gnarly.
Yeah, he's.
It's
fucking-
like he's skating at the Piston Invitation like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's skating all the hits. He was skating all the time. Every time he was skating, he was doing something gnarly. And it's not about like he's going fast or he's going like big airs, but like the class, the touch on skate, you know, the feeling, the style, the personality. It's super gnarly. And for me on skateboarding, the most important thing is not what you're doing, it's how you're doing. I think this is the most important thing. And that's why I appreciate so much seeing Ishod skate, because it's not just about what he's doing. Check it out how he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just chilling, doing another heel flip in, chilling with so much style, doing easy, light, you know. He can be with his bag skating and he would do it the same. And he does it.
He's the best. He doesn't stop either. He skates all fucking day. He's skating like so.
Yeah.
It's sick to watch. What's up with the pants? I heard you're making some pants.
Yes, because like my mom used to, how is the word, to
hem, like to cut and sew?
Just let me see. My phone is die again, and I hear you not that loud, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
So like,
It's
my
like
mom used to do all my clothes since I'm kid, you know, because my mom loves to do it. We were in like four brothers. There was no much money to buy clothes to everyone. You know, I always used to go back home like dirty, you know, from just messing around, be on the grass, just getting dirty. I'm not gonna buy clothes to you. I'm gonna do a couple of clothes to use it. So since then, she was doing clothes to me. And I remember when I started skater, like for me, like while I'm wearing, like the clothes that I'm wearing is so much important. I have to feel the vibe and use something that I really want to use it, you know? The shirt, the pants, the shoes. And I always like it so much, like loose pants. And I remember I used to ride for Oakley. I didn't use a pant for Oakley my whole life because I couldn't. I didn't like the fit. It was too like tight to myself. And I like to have this freedom in my legs to do all the movements, you know? And I just said to my mom, hey, mom, let's do it like a pant to me. And I started like drawing with her, you know, and he was doing all the work to put out together. And like since that, I did the best pants that I have ever used it. You know, I said, whoa, the best pant, like I just made my home. And like for like maybe 5 years, I'm doing my own pants at my home with my mom. And like maybe 2-3 years ago, I said, and there is so much friends and person around me just say, hey man, do a couple ones for me. I buy it, you know. I said, no, it's so much work to do pants. Like I don't want to have my mom all day just working on pants, you know?
Yeah.
But after that, I start thinking about why don't like start a company of pants, you know? And not about like, oh, let's do a contest and earn money with that. No, I just have a company to really share all this work with everyone, you know? To be able to have pants for the person that asked me for. And I start thinking about that. And like, I'm so lucky that like a cousin from my mom, cousin, I can say she for cousin.
Yeah.
So she's like a owner of a factory of pants here in Brazil.
Oh shit.
It does like more than like 3,000 pants per day. It's like a big factory, you know? And when I realized that, I said, wow, I have the opportunity, you know, I have to enjoy this, you know, this is like a privilege to have this. So I start thinking about more. So pretty much I do the design of the pant. I draw it. I buy with the how can I say the material. I buy the material and then I send to the factory, and my cousin, the cousin of my mom, just does it for myself, you know. So sick. That's how I saw that I was able to do pants, because if I put my mom to do pants, that wasn't possible to be a company.
Sure.
So I start like believing on this dream, and I got a couple friends that work with like clothes brands to work with me, to be like my partners. So I have a really good friend that helps me to do all the how can I say, like the schedule of the brand, you know, how you're gonna create a new model, how you're gonna start your company, your connection with the guy from the material, the connection with the factory. So this friend of mine is working for me. He's doing all this for me, and I'm still doing only the creation, be the creative person doing the pants. And then I just got like a friend, man, that he's a designer. He just did like a sick logo for the pants. So I'm working on, you know, I'm planning to, in the end of the year, really put on the market, you know, do like a welcome, but like start the company for you. Because right now everything is it's on paper. It's not something that I already have pants to sell it, you know. But I already have the name. I'm already with the lawyer paying the rights for the name, you know, doing all these company things that just when I start doing this, that I realized there was so much work, you know. It's not too simple to have a company.
Oh, it's not
So
too
I'm
simple.
doing step by step. It's not something that, I need to do pants because I'm gonna live from this gonna be my money. I'm doing because I have passion. This is my connection with my mom. He always did this to myself, and I want to share it.
Dude,
And
that's
that's
cool.
the reason why I put the name. The name of the brand is her.
Her.
Yeah, for
Nice.
my mom.
Dude, that's fucking
The best things
nice.
on earth were made by her, like by my mom. To myself,
Yeah,
that's my true.
including me. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's amazing. I just got a couple more. The most scared you ever been?
Scared?
Yeah.
I remember I was in Oregon again I don't remember if it was for the trifecta this year, but I remember it was in the morning. Me and my brother, we just got to the Tiger skate park, and I tried to do a long grind transfer, like hip to hip. And I remember I fell all the way to the ground, and like I hit my elbow inside my ribs, and I never felt so much pain. And then I spent the whole day just talking about the pain. And at the night, we went to a hospital, and like I did a couple exams, and the guy just said, "No, he's okay. He's just a little hurt on the stomach. It's all right." And my brother just said, "No, I know my brother. I know if he's screaming that much. Can you do like a more specific exam to see if there is really nothing going on?" So I did another, I think it was an MRI. And then they saw that like I forgot the name of the organ.
Your
but
ribs.
It was, no, not the ribs. It was I forgot the name, but like it was like internal bleeding,
Oh, shit.
In a scale 1 to 5, it was 4, the gravity, the risk. 5, I have to take the organ out, So
Wow.
I went already like straight to the surgery room. Like I did this process to stop the bleeding. I spent like a week in UTI in Oregon. Everything helped good, but like I remember if I didn't go to the hospital or my brother asked for a more specific exam, the next day morning I was going to wake up death,
Was that a
because there was
ruptured
so much
spleen?
blood going on.
Was
Spleen,
it spleen?
Yeah, it was the spleen.
Yeah, you
Spleen,
ruptured your
exactly.
spleen. Jesus.
Yeah.
I broke a rib one time, and that was probably the most pain I ever been in. Like you can't even laugh. Everything hurts. Like if you laugh, you're in so much. You think you're gonna die. If you sneeze, forget it.
If you cough, you die, right?
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I hate being hurt. That's why I'm a person that I love to like do exercise, taking care of myself, because I know I'm a person that I want to put all of myself on skateboarding. So I need to prepare myself to be ready, to be 100% and know that I'm capable and I'm ready to do it. My body, it's ready with me, not just my mind. So I do so much exercise in my routine because I feel this is important. I want to be a skateboarder for life. I don't want to get hurt. And I want still being able to skate 100%, not just skating because I want, but skating because I'm feeling good skating, know? So I do a lot of exercise in my routine to be prepared.
What's your go-to for, you got the fucking washboard abs, man. Like what are you doing? Sit-ups and crunches? Like what's going on? Planking? Like what are we doing?
No, I just like how I said about Oakley, they used to pay me like a guy to help me do train science.
Like a
I was
trainer?
like 15. Yeah, it wasn't like a trainer to myself. I just this guy was like a physical trainer, and I used to have the opportunity to go out there and train, So since I'm kid, I had this contact with this kind of training. And since actually when I got my ligament from the knee broken twice, after that I never stopped training anymore, because I knew I had to be strong to be a skater, and like if I want this longevity, you know, I want to go to the rest of my life to be like 7 years old skating. I need to prepare myself for that, you know. I love to drink beers. I love to have good times. I believe that life is about balance. It's not that I'm someone that I do exercise, so I'm only gonna do this to my life. No, sometimes I take like months in my year. I just chill. I drink beers like all the time. But I think the balance is the more important thing. It's finding your balance. How much you gonna drink beers and have good times, and how much you gonna work out, you know. Try to find the balance and see how it's going to, is working, is not. Should I drink more beers? I'm working out too much, or should I work now more? I'm drinking too much beers. I don't know. Everyone needs to find your own balance. And I think it has to be balanced. It cannot be one side or another, you know, because if not, you're not going to be happy in the end of the day, you know? So try to find this balance. It's the same on skateboarding. Skateboarding is about balance. It's a balance of your body on top of the board. So balance is everything in life for myself.
Okay, let's help a friend balance, okay? We're going to go to Huntington Beach right now, and we're going to talk with Omar Hassan. Does he need to drink more or to work out more to get the balance?
I think you need to work more a little bit. Work out a little bit.
MC Money Bump.
Yeah. You see, that's funny. That's so much funny. But this is a choose for everyone. Like, I never was the person, for sure, for my friends, the person like V, Pedro, I'm always talking, guys, you need to take care of you. It's not that they don't take care of themselves. They do it, but I always like trying to encourage them to just like believe more, do it more, because in the end of the day, in 10, 20 years, you're going to see how good that choice was good to you, you know? So, man, believe nothing is going to come in the next day, but you're going to receive the bill in a couple of years, you know? And the most that you invest, you have more like healthy on your way.
No, for sure. You got to like stretch and keep your body as good as you can, because in years it's going to be harder to like battle these things that, like, when you're young, you can be hungover. You can like break your leg and heal faster. The older you get, those things are tougher to like bounce back from.
Yes, for sure. I'm young. I have like 26 years old.
Oh.
But I really feel the difference about being 26 years old and when I was like 12, 13, 15 years old, you know?
100%.
If I skated so much a day and don't stress or do something or eat good and have a good night of sleep, in the next day I'm fucked up. And I don't want that for my life. I don't want to wake up fucked up. And there is nothing like wake up like in the morning after a good night of sleep, that you had a good dinner, and you wake up like 100%, just say, yeah, let's do something. Let's enjoy the day. Let's go skate. Let's go have good times. You know, that's the feeling that encourages myself and
100%.
How can I say, inspires me to keep doing, you know, is that wake up feeling good and like with like disposition to do wherever you want.
Well, what are you dreaming of? Is there a trick that you need to learn? Is there like a trip you want to take? Like, what is in your dreams that you want to, like, do you have a goal, like something that like you think about a lot that you haven't gotten yet?
One dream that I have on my mind right now is to do my video part. I'm just talking with fans in Brazil so we can start filming. Because I only have like one video part back in the day that like we did for Drop Dead, and I filmed pretty much in like a month. That wasn't that much, you know, but I like it so much. But I want to do a video part because I'm the kind of person that like most of the things that I do it, I'm not planning. It's not something, oh, I plan to do this. Things just happen, you know. I feel the vibe in the session and that just happened, you know. If I try to plan something, doesn't work it out really good to myself.
Right.
So for this, I need just to have freedom to go out and skate, be with someone filming that like it's close to me. I have this connection and do so many trips all around the world just for filming, not for nothing else, skating and filming and good times. That's a dream that I want to do it. And another dream that I have is just keep doing skate parks here in my home, in my place, just finish the vert ramp because we don't have good vert ramps in Sao Paulo. And like, it's not that I want to be a vert skater, but I love to skate in vert. And there is so many friends of myself that are vert skaters that they don't have ramps to skate. So I want to make this work out for them too,
Yeah.
To then have like a good vert ramp to skate. I want to do like a skate park all around this place. I want to do like a place with so much rooms to have all my friends all the time, you guys when come from US have a place to stay. I want to do my studio for music. So I want to make my place just be my dream spot,
It's
everything
like a compound,
that I need.
huh?
Yeah, exactly. This is one, and it's something that I know that like for the rest of my life, I want to be here,
Oh.
So that's for sure that I want to work out. I want to make it happen, this place.
Okay, well, I have never gone to Brazil, so what's gonna be if I have my dream trip? What do I do? Where do I go? How do I get there? Where do I start? Where do I go? And then where do I end with?
Okay, that's a good question, and you need to do it. I'm gonna give you the schedule. I hope you to follow, Schmitty.
Okay, and I need one special place somewhere in Brazil on this trip where I'm gonna get like the meal. Like you gotta go to this restaurant or this place and try this dish.
Okay. So like first step, I think is the easiest one is Sao Paulo because that's where you arrive. So Sao Paulo. And when you get in Sao Paulo, you're gonna be a little shocked because it's like concrete everywhere. When you landed, when we will be landing the airplane, you just gonna see houses and buildings like all around. You're not gonna see nothing else, just this, So it's like such a big city, but like to go out skate and film, there is so much good spots. There is so much good skaters. So this is one really good thing to enjoy in Sao Paulo. And if you are in Sao Paulo and you drive 2 hours, you get to beautiful beaches too, beautiful ones, good waves, like good times, It's not crowded as Sao Paulo. There is beach with buildings, there is beach that you only see like trees and mountains all around. So Sao Paulo is maybe the first step. Then you can choose if you go up to Rio, because Rio is so nice too, to go out and skate. And Rio is kind of like the city with the beach. So there is beautiful beaches and the city is just other side of the street, It's kind of like all together. The lifestyle in Rio it's nice.
Okay.
So, and it's really good to go out and skate too. So these two seats is the first steps. Then if you want to go to south where Marlon lives, Porto Alegre, it's so nice too to go out and skate. It's a little bit souther than Florianopolis. You go out there, you skate like for a week. There is so much good skate parks too. There is one like kind of snake run that I think was like the first skate park in Brazil. It's called Bordo Marinha.
I've seen that one. Are these places, am I flying the whole time or am I driving once I get to Sao Paulo?
Okay, if you arrive in Sao Paulo and want to go to Rio, you're going to drive 5 hours.
Okay.
It's mellow. It's in this way, there's many good spots to enjoy it too. You can go if you choose. It's
That's
a longer
how I
way,
like
but
to
you
do
can
it,
go.
is see the country.
You can go for the coast. You're gonna take like maybe 7-8 hours from the coast, but you can do it for the coast, and it's beautiful too. So this is the way to Rio. And if you want to go to Sao Paulo to Porto Alegre, then it's better go flying because driving is like 17 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Florianopolis is in the middle of the way to Porto Alegre and Sao Paulo. So if you want to drive to Sao Paulo to Florianopolis, you're gonna take like 8 hours drive. It's okay to do it, and it's nice because the city in the middle is like Curitiba. It's a nice city to skate, and many good skaters came from Curitiba, like Carlos de Andrade. Let me see who else. Felipe Ortiz. There is so many guys. Yuri Facchini. There is many guys that came. Marcelo Kozaki. Like it's a really important city about the skateboarding scene in Brazil. It's in the middle of the way, São Paulo to Floripa.
And
so it's a nice way to drive.
Can you take your car to Florianopolis? Is there ferries or no?
Yeah. There is bridge. Easy.
Oh, there's a bridge to
you
it?
Cross a bridge that is like, yeah, it's really close to the continent. It's not. It's like 1 kilometer away. Not even this, it's close.
All right. And then
so it's easy. And the last stop, Florianopolis, because there you're gonna have good times skating and you can chill because the trip will be long. You want to just rest at the beach, drink caipirinhas at the beach. So many good spots to eat. The good thing about Brazil, the culture about food is so good wherever you go. You're gonna find good spots to eat wherever you go.
Okay. And they speak mostly.
For sure, there is some places there is some specific foods. Never place that you go, but it's nothing too different. It's rice, beans, a good meat, salad, a lot of vegetables.
Okay. And they speak
Really
mostly
simple.
Portuguese or Spanish or what?
No, everyone just talk Portuguese.
Portuguese, no Spanish.
We are like the only country in South America that talks Portuguese.
Okay.
And our Portuguese is different from the Portuguese in Portugal.
Well, my grandpa's 100% Portuguese. He's from Portugal.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Portuguese from Portugal is a little difference.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, and then who's my crew? If I come down there with 4 guys, who are the 4 guys I need to bring?
Oh, if you don't call me when you come, I will be sad. I give you all this cat. I'm kidding. But for sure, hit me up. Hit Pedro, V, Marlon, Johnny. We are all the same crew.
No, but I mean, who do I bring with me from United States? Who should the trip be?
Okay, that's a good question. I was going to say Omar for sure.
Okay.
Bring Josh Borden too. Let's see. Good people. It's because like Omar and Josh, they are already local in Brazil. They came so many times. So it's going to be good to have people that already came to here,
Yep.
You should just call Raven. Raven stay at my place like one time, we have so much good times. We went to Floripa, then we drove to Sao Paulo. He loves Brazil. He wants to come back, so hit him up.
Okay.
And bring Grant Taylor. Grant, I want to have him another time to go out and skate. He came once and that was so nice. I remember we were in Sao Paulo because they came for a Volcom trip and I was with them. I don't ride for Volcom, but like I know all the guys that work for Volcom. Pedro used to ride and V.
Yeah.
Pedro and V used to ride for Volcom that time. So I was with them just in the tour skating. And that was my birthday one day in the tour. And everyone just came to my house. We did a barbecue. We got wasted drinking cachaça. That was so nice. And I want to have Grant again here in Brazil. So bring him. Okay. So that's the crew, eh? But you can bring more than 4. Bring everyone.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. We always end this with a song. Which song do you want to play to put on at the end?
Good question. I'm going to choose like for sure. One that I'm trying to learn on guitar right now. War Pigs.
War Pigs. Okay.
Yes.
I like this.
Let's do it.
Dude, Murilo, thank you so much for taking the time, and I appreciate it. And I fucking always a pleasure to spend time with you and see you and talk to you, man. Like your energy is always like infectious. Like I really like when I see you guys most of the time I just see you at contests. But it's always a pleasure. Like the energy, I can feel like, okay, like it's like you said with Omar, here we go. Because like,
Here we go.
You just know it's like, this is what we're here for. Like, what are we doing? This.
Hell yeah. Hey, Schmitty, I am the one that wants to be thankful for this moment, this talking. I love you. I love every time that we're together, good talking, good energy. The same thing that is said to me, I say to you, like, it's something that like there is connection. We share good times, good talking. So that's a privilege to me. So thank you so much for this invite. I feel so happy to be here having this talk, and wherever you need, I'm here.
Same.
And I want you in Brazil. Bring the crew. Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna start working on this one.
There we go.
Hey, good. Big love, and I hope to see you soon in the real world.
Okay, I hope to see you soon. I think in July we're coming back.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talking Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at TalkinSchmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at talkinschmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. A very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it! This is Talking Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.
Keep the wheels greased.